maybe it was a fling, but the rumors are not true.
Wow. But we're going to start looking at some clips for next week's episode and see if we can dissect, see if we can predict anything that's going to go down. So we're going to take a look at our first clip, which is going to be continuing with Abigail and Noah. Maybe the two of them will get to a better place, or maybe it will be the demise. Let's take a look.
Turn on their head in paradise.
I'm giving and I'm not getting much in return.
I honestly thought
He's getting, but he's not getting much in return, which it doesn't make sense to me because after we talked about this, I felt like Morgan was on the same page. Noah wasn't giving in return. Abigail was the one making the effort. Gianna, does this change your mind now that you see this clip? Or, I mean, also, are they going to break up?
I'm confused. Now I'm just confused because I mean, again, there's so much that we don't see go on when the show premieres, right? We're only seeing a snippet. Like you said, Zach, they haven't even gotten any airtime because all of the other drama has kind of been overshadowing their relationship. So it's like, who knows who was putting in the effort or who wasn't putting in the effort at the end of the day. But if this is what Noah's saying, maybe that's actually how it did go down. But we did see Abigail really trying in the fight. But again, you have to think like if he was pushing and giving an effort off camera, then we see the fight or the conversation happen on camera. It's like, was Abigail scared and that's why she was kind of pushing and giving then, and he's just over it and that's why he was just chilling, laying on the little day bed there and just not giving anything? Again, we just don't know. I don't know. I'm confused. I hope they don't break up though. I really hope not.
Yeah, I want them to work too, but I also feel like if they break up, they're going to leave the beach, and I just don't see them dating other people. At this point, they're too in with each other that they're not going to date other people, because it's really one thing to break up with someone and then like date someone else, like kind of like what Tammy did with Thomas, and then like you're dating someone else on the beach in front of someone you were linked to for a week. So it's just strange. Morgan, how do you think this is all going to go down?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really think that they're going to work this one out. I feel like they both kind of self-sabotage in their own way. I mean, I know that we've heard Abigail be like more vocal about the fact that she does it a lot in her relationships, and you can see it play out here, but I don't feel like Noah is helping the situation at all. And it's like one of those things where maybe they're just oil and water. Maybe they just don't mix and they're not going to mix. And I agree with you. I feel like at this point they've been there for a while. This might emotionally spend them. They might not want to try again because, it looks like they're both upset about it. So I feel like if they do break up, they probably will both go home as well.
Yeah, and whether that's like next episode or if they want to wait 2 weeks, we know that these contestants get paid by the day. It's really up to them and their finances and everything. But let's continue on. We're going to see the Mari, Demi, and Kenny love triangle play out a little bit more. I mean, this might be the love triangle I'm most invested in at this point. It's the most toxic and polarizing. So let's take a look.
I still have feelings for you.
I didn't expect that.
I do whatever I need to do to keep us together.
I'm like, Demi is just, she's a savage. Like, she really is, but this is where I think it's a little bit manipulating because she knows if she can get him into the boom boom room, it's going to drive Mari crazy because Demi, I don't think Mari wants to go to the boom boom room yet. Like, Demi's almost using her sexuality as a weapon. And that's how I'm taking this. And I love Demi, but I won't blindly defend her. Morgan, what about you?
Yeah, I agree. It's just a low blow. It's like, and in my opinion, if that is what you have to do to get a guy to commit to you, no, not a good look. Like you shouldn't have to do that to have him say, "Okay, Demi, you're going to be my girl." And I just that kind of it makes me sad for Demi that she feels like she has to do that to kind of secure Kenny. Now,
Rose.
I thought when this first went down between Kenny and Mari that they weren't done anyways. I feel like Kenny was kind of trying to make Mari jealous by going with Demi at first. I feel like him going to the boom boom room was a little too extreme. And if I was Mari and I knew that they had already like hooked up or whatever, I would be like, no, I'm done with this dude. Like that's so disrespectful to do. Like the first day that they start talking. So I'm actually surprised that she's the one that initiates it, but maybe that means that they really did have a strong and real connection. I don't know.
I mean, clearly if she still likes him after he went on a date with 2 other people, but I'm on the same page. If you're hooking up with someone and if you're going to Boom Boom Room, I'm done with you. Like that's you can date around and see who else you like, but Boom Boom Room, I'm going to the next spin-off show. Honestly. Gianna, what about you? What are your thoughts on this?
I agree with the both of you. And I feel as though this conversation with Kenny and Mari is going to possibly reignite their connection because I don't think that Demi would randomly just be like, do you want to go to the Boom Boom Room right now? I think it's like you said, Zach, it's a defense mechanism. So clearly
Mhm.
something to have happened with these two again for Demi to go out of her way. And we just heard her say, I'll do whatever it takes to keep Kenny, whatever she said. And I really do think that if Kenny's
Whatever
really
it
looking
takes.
for love, whatever it takes, if Kenny is looking for love, he'll hopefully see right through Demi's, kind of manipulative
Facade.
tactics with her sexuality. So I think that something is definitely going to happen between Mari and Kenny again. I kind of hope they work out because I really liked her, but
Over
I
Tia
do
though?
agree if but I like Tia too. This is where it gets so confusing. But I don't think we've seen enough of Tia and Kenny yet. We only saw their one date, which was
We've
really
seen
cute.
enough of
But
them. No, we have seen
well,
all of them,
we've
actually.
seen enough of them. But I think we really need to see what happens, outside of the date with these two. But I think something's gonna happen for Demi to act like that. So
Yeah, and
we'll
she
see.
won't go down without a fight. A lot of people on the beach are scared of her, including Brendan. So let's take a look at this next clip where we're gonna see. I could be the fallout of Brendan and Natasha, which I think we all saw coming. But let's take a look at the clip and dissect what's coming next week. Bum bum
He
bum.
wasn't fully transparent about what his intentions are.
She has no idea what's been going on.
Maybe it was fun, maybe it was a fling, but the rumors are not true.
Okay, so obviously there's like a lot of alluding to Pieper, who's gonna be in our next clip. So let's just kind of talk about Natasha and Brendan here. It seems like she's starting to find out that he might not be as into her as she is into him, and the whole island is talking about it, including Tia. Um, this is interesting. Morgan, where do you fall on this?
I feel like all the signs are there for Natasha and she's just not picking them up. I mean, even the kiss, right? That we saw this
Mhm.
week between Natasha and Brendan. She was so excited that they kissed. And I was like, no, that's not the kiss you want. Like that was a very forced, awkward, cringy, like nothing behind it type of kiss. And I feel like, if Brendan was kissing me like that, I would be like, oh, that was a pity kiss.
Yeah.
He's not into me. But Natasha didn't like pick up on the red flags at all. And it really stresses me out for her because she's so smart. She's so beautiful. She has so much to offer. And she's just wasting her heart and emotions on a guy who's not emotionally available for her. And it makes me sad. And I know we're going to get into like the Pieper situation next. So, Gianna, what are your thoughts on Natasha?
Yeah, I feel so bad for Natasha because I think she's really giving her all in this relationship and like Brendan doesn't deserve her. I think anytime
Mhm.
he's even spoken to her, it feels like he's reading off of a script or it feels like he's just not all there. So I mean it's clear as day like he's pretty much using her to stay on the beach as long as he can until he sees who he wants to see coming down those stairs. So
Mhm.
I just feel so sad for her. I hope that it doesn't cause her to leave because I do love Natasha. I hope she can find somebody else, but I don't know if there's any bouncing back from what's going to happen in a couple episodes from
Yeah.
now.
I honestly don't feel that bad for her. I agree that she's awesome, but I think she's had plenty of warnings from all of the girls that Pieper is going to be there, and she has chosen to ignore them and listen to Brendan. Do you remember what Brendan said the other day? He described the relationship as it was casual. I mean, like, you need to specifically ask, and this is why I love Serena P. She specifically said, what's going to happen when Kendall shows up on the beach or if Kendall shows up on the beach? And Joe specifically said, that's over. Natasha never asked Brendan that point blank unless it wasn't shown. And I think that Natasha has had plenty of chances to talk to all of the other guys. There was an extra 5 guys this week, and there were so many guys that went home, and she didn't take those opportunities. She took the opportunity to kiss Brendan's ass quite literally because she's on top of him, giving him a massage when she should be the one getting the massage because he needs to earn her rose. So,
Yes.
Natasha, I don't feel bad for you, but I
Wow.
do think you are a catch. So, I mean,
Justice
Tell us how
for
you really feel, Zach.
that's how
wow,
I
Zach,
feel. So,
you just
I
that's
changed
how
love
I
my
that.
feel.
mind, I think. Wow.
Okay, well, let's just look at the next clip with Piper and then you guys can give me your rebuttal because Piper's showing up and she's showing up with a date card. So let's see.
Wow. This place is just insane.
The time we have spent together, I have enjoyed. It was
Oh, Marissa's face says it all. Oh my God. Wait, Morgan, do you remember? Give us the rundown. Do you remember Piper from that season? Like, tell us what she was like.
Yeah, so I believe she made it to the top 6. She got a hot
Yeah,
seat on I think it was
she
after
did.
the
Men
Men Tell
tell
All,
all. Women tell
which
all.
was surprising. I mean, let's be honest, after Matt James season, I knew nothing about any of the contestants because they were so focused on Queen Bee and all that drama. So I don't know anything about Piper, honestly, even though we watched her on a whole season. I just feel like the facial expressions say it all. Everyone's eyes look like deer in headlights when Piper starts to walk down. I mean, everybody on the beach. And I personally cannot
Marissa.
wait for Natasha to lay into Brendan because she's gonna do it. She's gonna speak her mind. She's not a weak person. And she's
Mm-mm.
probably going to be really pissed, as anybody else would be, because it's not cool to use somebody. And Brendan totally used Natasha. And I'm ready to see her just roast him.
Ooh, it's gonna go down. I mean, Gianna, what can you predict? What do you remember about Piper? Did you like her? I mean, it's just her smirk kind of irks me with Piper. Like, she
Yeah.
just seems a little like evil. I don't know.
Yeah, she comes off as like kind of malicious. Like I mean, I never loved her. I never really she didn't give me a full reason to not like her. So it was just one of those things where I felt kind of indifferent. But right now, it looks like she's coming to cause a ruckus on the beach, honestly. And even
Yes.
Brendan's face when he sees her, he's like, "Uh-oh, like I've done it. Like
But he
it's
knows she's
happening." Like
coming. He
he
knows that
knows
she was
she's
coming.
coming. He did, and he's like, it's happening. It's here. And like I said, Zach, after I heard your piece on the last clip we just
Yeah.
talked about, Natasha definitely did have all the warning signs, and like I mean, she held the power. Like she had the rose this week. She didn't have to even give it to him. Like she could have made this whole thing. Like she could have shut it down and
And
saved
Piper
herself
would have
early
showed
on.
up.
But I know, again, and you have to think about it like in real life, people are in relationships where, like, unfortunately, they get cheated on. And sometimes people are like, hey, your person is cheating on you. And you're just like, no, like it's deer in headlights when I mean, not deer in
Yeah.
headlights, horse blinders, when you really like somebody and you're really into them. So I think she just had false hope. So that's why I still do feel a little bad for her. But you're right. She definitely had all the signs to, save herself before this whole thing happens because now we're going to see this
It's
conversation. But I think she has
happens.
every right to lay down the law with him and put him in
Lay
his
him
place.
on
I
him.
can't wait to watch it. Mm-hmm.
It's all gonna happen next week. We have one more clip of Brendan and Piper on a date, and then we'll give our final thoughts on that. So let's take a look.
I feel like a casualty in his plan.
Looks like Natasha's gonna rip his head off.
You're a liar.
no, I didn't say that.
Very messy.
There's a storm brewing here.
Ooh,
Rip
where's
his
the
head
Tajnado
off.
when we need
Rip
it?
his
Where
head
is
off.
the
I want to
Tajnado?
see it.
Okay, but regardless of
it.
like the Natasha Brendan stuff, do we think these two are actually in love? Like, what do you really think went down before Paradise? I mean, it looks like she's not taking anyone else on a date. I mean, who wants to go first?
I really just don't know what these two like. I think that they were potentially in one of those situationships. Maybe they were hooking up. Maybe it was one of those things where they were doing all the coupley things, but they never put the title on it. And then we even heard Brendan say, "No, it was casual," which is what a lot of men say when they are really romantically involved with women and they just don't want to put a title on it. So I think that might have been the case for them, and maybe he realized going into Paradise, okay, now that she's here, we can continue and maybe turn it into something real or just continue the situationship. It's just unfair. I think producers are evil that they do this to
They are.
everybody. Really, like
Or
between
genius.
it's evil or genius. No wonder why the show's been on for so long, and no wonder why it's so successful. Like Kendall showing up, Piper showing up. Like there's someone behind all this madness, but it just makes me sad for the other contestants. But they should all know what they're getting into if they've watched the show before. But yeah, these two are a wild card. So again, I mean, Morgan, what do you think's going to happen? What do you think they were before this?
Yeah, so my mind automatically goes back to a story that we did hear on Shared News whenever we first saw Pieper and Brendan together. You guys, they
Yep.
don't live in the same area. So, and there were reports that they were flying back and forth to each
Boston and New
other to
York.
see each other. That's not casual, okay? And if you are buying a plane ticket, getting on a plane, you're spending at least the weekend, multiple times. That's not a fling. And even if they didn't put a title on it or whatever, like your money, like you're spending it on flights, you're spending it on
Mhm.
accommodation, like that is more than just, oh, it was casual. And I'm like
Yeah.
pissed at Brendan because it's just like slimy that he would do that. Just date at home. If you guys already know that you have something
But
going,
that's why.
you
No, that's why they go to Paradise so that they can get paid to date in the same area. They don't have to buy plane tickets anymore. They can explore their relationship in Mexico. So I understand why they would go to Paradise. I just think that it's not their fault that Brendan showed up so much earlier. Does that make sense, Morgan?
well, it does
Mm.
make sense, except for the fact that he's leading Natasha on. I mean,
Yes.
she's wasting all of her time. Her paradise experience is going to be ruined after she finds out that she spent 3.5 weeks pursuing somebody who was emotionally not available and probably in a full blown relationship with somebody else, just waiting for her to walk down the steps. She calls him a liar. He lied to her. It's to be determined on the scale of how much, but he did lie to her, and that does make him a liar.
Okay. I mean, I totally agree with you.
Mhm.
And I think he totally played Natasha. And I really want to know what Piper says because we don't know in this trailer. Like, what is her story when she comes down here? Is she gonna pull a bunch of guys aside? Or is she going right to Brendan like Kendall did with Joe? Like, what if
Ooh.
she, plays it like, oh, let me see what Riley's doing. Let me see. Like, we really don't know. And it's gonna be funny to see Piper's acting skills because I agree with you guys. I think they were totally in a relationship before. But we cannot wait for Bachelor in Paradise next week. It's going to get even crazier. So we are going to be back here talking about it all season long. And let us know what you guys think. Even if you missed today's live, comment down below. We read all of your comments. We want to hear your opinions. Who are you rooting for? I cannot wait to see what happens with Abigail and Noah as well. Next week is going to be crazy. So before you guys go, don't forget to subscribe, ring the bell. As always, I am your host, Zachary Reality, joined today by Morgan Wright and Gianna Gravalisi. Our social media handles are on the screen right now. Come shoot us a DM, talk all things Bachelor with us. Please send us your favorite memes. We definitely want to see them and continue the conversation. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll be back with more Bachelor in Paradise. See you later, guys. Bye.